30 days. One brutal change. And by the end of it, my training partner, someone who's watched me lift for 3 years, stopped mid-set, stared at my back like he was looking at a completely different human being, and just said, "What did you do?" I've never seen that reaction from him. Not once. Not in 3 years. What happened in those 30 days shattered almost everything I thought I understood about back training. Stay right here, because by the time this video ends, you're going to feel genuinely stupid for not trying this years ago. Let's rip this Band-Aid off immediately. Zero warm-up. For years, literal years, my back training looked identical to every other guy grinding away in the gym. Pull-ups, lat pull-downs, rows. The standard playbook everyone follows like scripture. And the results? Also Standard. My back got bigger, sure, but that dramatic width everyone's obsessed with. The width that makes the biggest guy in your gym look genuinely unreal. Never showed up, not once. Not in years of consistent hard training, so I got angry enough to try something different. One specific change applied with brutal, non-negotiable consistency for exactly 30 straight days. No skipping. No, I'll make it up next week. The exact lie I'd been telling myself for years without even realizing it. Here's the honest truth. I expected either absolutely nothing, or maybe some minor forgettable tweak. What actually happened wasn't even remotely close to either outcome. Let's break down exactly what happened day by day. And trust me, week 1 is going to test your patience the exact same way it tested mine. The one change I made here is exactly what I did differently. And it's almost insulting how simple it is. I stopped treating rows and pull-ups as my entire back day. I made straight arm pull-downs and pullovers the priority, not some afterthought. I threw in at the end when I was already dead tired and mentally checked. Out, here's why this matters. Rows and pull-ups build thickness, but straight arm patterns stretch and torch your outer lat fibers, the exact tissue responsible for real width. Most guys do this movement last, half-focused, garbage form, zero intent. I flipped the entire order. Full intensity first, every single session, 0 exceptions, 3 sets. Full stretch at the top, brutal squeeze at the bottom, twice a week for 30 days straight. Treated like it was the only exercise that mattered, because it was about to become exactly that. Week 1. Nothing happened. Let's be brutally honest about week 1. Because most 30-day challenge videos flat out lie to you right here. Days 1 through 7. Nothing. Some soreness under my armpit I'd genuinely never felt before, which honestly felt promising. Even though I couldn't see one single visible difference in the mirror, here's the truth nobody admits. Visible change never arrives in week 1. Anyone claiming otherwise is selling you something fake. What I did notice was the exercise itself feeling different, more controlled, actually connected to the muscle, instead of my arms quietly stealing the work like they'd been doing for years without me ever catching it. That connection matters more than almost anyone realizes. It's the entire difference between going through the motions and actually building something. Week 2 to 3, the shift. Here's where things got genuinely wild. By day 12, my training partner mentioned it first, not me. Your back looks different from behind. I hadn't even noticed it myself, which tells you exactly how gradual real transformation actually is. By day 20, I noticed it too. Not bigger, wider. That outer lat wing flaring dramatically when I flexed, showing up in ways it genuinely never had. Even after years of grinding, here's the science. 3 straight weeks of consistent, full-stretch tension on those exact fibers triggers real hypertrophy in a muscle group most guys have been chronically, accidentally undertraining their entire lifting career, including me, for years. Day 30. The result, here's the moment from the hook in full. Day 28, mid-workout, he's spotting me on a completely unrelated exercise and he just stops cold. What did you do to your back? It looks completely different. Not dramatic embellishment for the camera. That genuinely happened. And it caught me off guard because I'd been so buried in the process. I hadn't stepped back far enough to see the full picture myself, flexing in the mirror that night. The width was undeniable. Not bigger back undeniable, wider back undeniable. The exact silhouette I'd quietly chased for years, unlocked by one change applied with relentless consistency for exactly 30 days. So here's the real lesson, and it's bigger than lats, bigger than back day entirely. You don't need more exercises. You need to identify the one thing you've been unknowingly neglecting and give it real priority instead of treating it like an afterthought you squeeze in when you're already exhausted and don't care anymore. For me, it was straight arm pulldowns. For you, it might be something completely different, but the principle is identical. Whatever you've been doing last half-focused garbage form, that's probably the exact thing that would transform your physique the second you flip the priority. Bottom line, 30 days isn't long, but 30 days of brutal, uninterrupted consistency on the right thing changes more than years of scattered, unfocused training ever will. Train smart. Train with intention. Let's go. And if you don't want to miss the next 30-day experiment, subscribe now because the next one might completely rewire how you train your next muscle group too.